On August 11, 1984, President Ronald Reagan was conducting a sound check for a radio program. He foolishly blundered by saying out loud, "My fellow Americans, I'm pleased to tell you today that I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes." The microphone was live and the entire world heard his words. Thus began National Presidential Joke Day. Hey guys, I'm Joseph.
I'm Luke.
Hey Luke, President Jimmy Carter's self-esteem in America had gone up substantially. It was very nice that people waved at him using all their fingers. A friend of mine from the Senate said he would switch his political party in his last days of life.
Why would he want to switch in his last days?
Because he would rather have it one of them who dies than one of his party.
Joseph? About the role of presidential aides, how many senior presidential aides does it take to change a light bulb?
None. They're supposed to keep the president in dark. I've always questioned myself for this, but why do Americans choose from just 2 people to run for President of America and 50 for Miss America?
Maybe they only have so much sanity.
The trouble with practical jokes is that very often they get elected. In many years, I've come to the conclusion that 1 useless man is a shame, 2 is a law firm, and 3 or more is a Congress.
An Indian walks into a cafe with a shotgun in one hand and pulling a male buffalo with the other. He said to the waiter, "I want coffee." The waiter replied, "Sure, chief." Coming right up and gets the Indian a tall mug of coffee. The Indian drinks the coffee down in one gulp, turns around, and blasts the buffalo with the shotgun, causing parts of the animal to splatter everywhere and then just walks out.
This is creepy.
That's not all. The Indian returned the next morning with his shotgun in one hand, pulling another male buffalo with the other. He walked up to the counter and ordered coffee again. The waiter, still cleaning up yesterday's mess, seemed terrified and asked, "What was all that about anyway?" The Indian smiled and proudly told that he's training for a position in United States Congress. Come in, drink coffee, shoot the bull, leave a mess for others to clean up, disappear for rest of day.
We now have Scarlett from the Pit of Death Arena.
Hi Scarlett.
Hey, what's up?
What do you have in for us today?
The Americans and Russians at the height of the arms race recently realized that if they continued in the usual manner, they were going to blow up the whole world. So they sat down and decided to settle the whole dispute with one dog fight. They were given 5 years to breed the best fighting dog in the world, and whichever side's dog wins would be entitled to dominate the world. The losing side would have to lay down its arms.
Finally, the sound to our ears.
The Russians found the biggest, meanest Doberman and Rottweiler in the world and bred them with the biggest, meanest Siberian wolves. They selected only the biggest and strongest puppy from each litter, discarded his siblings, and gave him all the milk. They also used steroids and trainers, and after 5 years, came up with the biggest, meanest dog the world had ever seen.
Wow!
Its cage needed steel bars that were 5 inches thick and nobody could get near it. When the day came in for the dog fight, the Americans showed up with a strange animal. A 9-foot-long dachshund. Everyone felt sorry for the Americans because they knew there was no way that this dog could possibly last 10 seconds against the Russian dog. When the cages were opened up, the dachshund came out of its cage and slowly walked over towards the Russian dog, which jumped out of its cage snarling and charged towards the American dachshund.
Oh God!
But, when it got close enough to bite the dachshund's neck, the dachshund opened its mouth and consumed the Russian dog in one bite. There was nothing left at all of the Russian dog. So, the Russians came up to the Americans shaking their heads in disbelief, saying that they don't understand how this could have happened. So, an American replied, "That's nothing. We had our best plastic surgeons working for 5 years to make an alligator look like a dachshund."
If they can make an alligator look so good, I bet they can make anyone here look good enough to be on screen.
Speak for yourself.
When Bush completed his presidency, he wanted a special postage stamp issued with his picture on it. He stressed that it should be of international quality. The stamps were duly released, and the former president was pleased. But within a couple of days of the release of the stamp, he began hearing complaints that the stamp was not sticking properly. He got furious, so he ordered an investigation into the matter. The investigator checked the problem out at several post offices, and then reported to the former president. The results revealed that there was nothing wrong with the quality of the stamp. The problem was that people were spitting on the wrong side.
Joseph, you might not know, but I have once decided to run for a party myself.
Cool. You never told about that. How'd it go?
I was campaigning in the backwoods for the office one day. I saw a young boy milking a cow outside a ramshackle house. I went to him, ready to make my pitch for a vote. Just as I was about to start, a voice came from inside the house to call the boy in.
Great opportunity. You could have pitched both before leaving.
Nah. The young boy loudly introduced me as a politician. After listening to him, the voice ordered the boy to bring the cow in as well.
So that's all for my side, guys. Feel free to provide your valuable feedback, suggestions, ideas, concepts, jokes, love, anything at all. It really helps us a lot. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Bye.